So here I am. I tried to make a video with my camera, but it really wasn't working. So this is not optimal, but it's the only way I can really get the recorded video of myself right now. I want to say that I just released the version 4.2.0 semantic version of the Historiotheque, which is my art studio slash sound design and research laboratory. It's a modular space where I work, and I basically live there, but uh, I wanted to get into, like, I've already talked about the Historiotheque and the art operation, how it works, but I mean, now I see it more as cultural software, as an operating system, as what I call a cultural software in the anti-OS or anti-operating system, because it's kind of an irony. I mean, my existence is ironic, but I can get into that another time. In the May, now it's May 23rd, 2024, on May 1st, I did a preliminary relaunch of the Historiotheque version. I think it was 4.0.1 or 4.0.2. Then 3 days later, I shut it down, relaunched a new version. Then now I'm shutting it down basically, because now we have we had a major version at one point. No, let's say we were at 3.0.1, 3.0.2. Now we went to 4.0. Anyways, I get mixed up in the versions because it happens very fast. I'm always opening up the studio, working productively for weeks, and then I shut it down, go into a fallow period. I mean, I had a fallow period from January to April this year, where it was kind of a wintering or hibernation period where I didn't produce very much. I was mostly in reflection and contemplation. Now I'm doing both. I'm very active. Like now in the morning, I take my walks, my morning constitutional, then I read also and contemplate. But I'm not a contemplative. I can get into that. I mean, I believe I'm an art operator. I run an art operation, and the operational aspect, that's the art operation. That's version 6.0.0. That's a major version because it's not backwards compatible. And then the new versions of the Historiotheque, that's the space, the workspace, and the organization and management of the space and the archives and everything. That's the Historiotheque. But the art operation that's the whole operation. But as I was saying, now I'm taking time to I'm going to be taking time to walk and just go outside more. And although I've been doing that too, anyway, I want to go for my walk, so I'm doing this very quickly, so it's a bit mixed up. But I was saying before is that I'm not a contemplative or a mystic. I mean, I do explore contemplation, and this is an important distinction because people might think I'm crazy. I talk about cultural software, anti-OS, art operation, Historiotheque, all this stuff. But it's very clear, like, I'm very based in reality, very grounded. I have this inner strength, this inner core, that I'm grounded to the earth and everything. I think I'm not saying I'm great, but all the great artists in the world and great leaders and people, historical figures were grounded. They had to be. Like, you have to, you can't be insane. Like, you could think some were insane, maybe some were, but a lot of the ones that I respect the most were very grounded in reality, like Andy Warhol. I've been watching his diaries on Netflix. But the reason I studied Catholic, mostly theology and spiritual writings, mystical writings, and engaged in much contemplation, prayer, and meditation was on the text and the Bible and everything, was that I was trying really to see what it's like to experience that from the inside. And I call that practice research, or practice as research, practice-based research, practice, whatever. I just repeated myself. But I did that from starting in about 2012, where I learned much of theoretical computer science and computer programming, mostly in Python. I learned that over many years. I practiced that, and I wrote a lot of my own scripts and software, mostly for my Refcards system, which I'll probably talk about another time, because it has to do with the new documentation, which I want to mention. That's the thing. So I do as an anthropologist or ethnographer of sorts, as an amateur. I do this kind of participation in the life of what it's like to be these different people, because I try to observe the world and I see people, and that's why my novel, The History Project, was about a project, that collaborative, interdisciplinary project that people were engaged in, because that's what people were engaged in the doctoral program, where I was accompanying a friend that was doing her doctorate in philosophy. So, I try to put myself in the shoes of people, because it's all about the work. I mean, it's about the workspace, the work in the workspace. That's my holy ambition, is the great work, if you will. that I'm trying to do. I mean, it's bringing a sort of I don't know what to call it, ceremoniousness or sanctimony to the workspace, where it's not that it's holy or sanctified or sacred, but there is that kind of like solemnity to the work and this devotion to the work. And then I want to mention two things. I want to finish with cultural software, the operating system, and the new release that I just, the official release version 4.0.1 or whatever. And I want to talk about the new documentation, because these are things that I'll be talking about more in the Refcards system that I built. See, what is cultural software? Well, software is just different pieces of source code, text basically, like little text files that work together in a system that are, you know, combined together in synchrony usually to and they're interpreted and they're run as software, but they are really made up of these little pieces that connect together. And that's what happens in the Historiotheque and the art operations. I have all my documentation, everything, and I document things. I write lab notes, and I put everything online. And I have my own processes. I have a rigorous workflow management methodology. I do the sound design work, which is ambient and experimental. I do visual, digital design, noise fields mostly, and different digital paintings. And I make actual live paintings, as you can see over there. I have a painting on the wall. I do a lot of reading, research. You can see the books on the side. Here you can see my guitar. One of my guitars, I play live music. You know, with the guitar, I play piano. I do research. I'm not super proud of myself. Like, I'm not this. I mean, it's maybe not a sin to have a little bit of pride, but so that's the cultural software. It's the operating system of my operation. The new documentation, as I was saying, is like really I've reconceptualized my operation as a kind of process of continuous delivery similar to software, because I did learn for years, as I was saying, the practice of software development and programming and theoretical computer science that backs it, all the concepts and domains, the fields. So I'm not a developer, but I did reconceptualize my practice as a kind of, you know, continuous delivery, where it's a one man or one person operation. So I don't have these. I don't do like agile development or whatever. Although I have aspects of agility. The new documentation is just putting everything online in a space where anyone can easily access it, all the processes, everything, all the projects. Because I'm always starting new projects, working on old projects. They're always ongoing and, you know, open-ended. That's about it. I just want to say that there's an update now, a new version. It's the major version, so it's not compatible with the previous versions. I corrected several bugs. Now I think we're going to be sailing smoothly. The operating system of the Historiotheque and the art operation are running smoothly. It's a mature cultural practice of cultural innovation and the production of cultural artifacts, and also accompanied by research which underlies the whole practice. Because at one point I realized I had to research things, because I couldn't just make art for the sake of making art. I had to really research art history, art historiography, aesthetics, art theory, philosophy of art, critical theory, philosophy, phenomenology. I mean, I've gotten into some of these things before, and I will be doing more. But this was just an update for today on May 23rd, 2024, before I go take my morning constitutional and take some photos to put on Instagram and Threads. Thanks.